Broken hearts. How to watch this research in light of the Holy Qur'an. The heart is affected by love, hatred, and emotional affairs. Scientists have found that failed emotional affairs cause real heart diseases, but are there any Quranic indicators? New medical news. In recent medical news, scientists have found that it's possible to cure broken, grieving hearts. American researchers have conducted experiments on 70 patients who suffer from the broken heart syndrome, health conditions that result from the pressures caused by psychological and emotional trouble. The group that was studied involved patients from the state of Rhode Island who suffered from this syndrome between the years 2004 and 2008. It was found that those patients recovered as soon as they were given aspirin or drugs that are usually taken by patients with heart diseases, although 20% of them were in critical conditions. Those researchers said in a paper that was published in the American Journal for Heart Diseases that the reason behind broken heart syndrome might be an increase in the pressure and anxiety hormone. This syndrome is medically referred to as Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, and it was first discovered by Japanese researchers in the 1990s. Although the symptoms of this syndrome resemble to a certain extent those of heart attacks such as chest pains and dyspnea, it's still considered a temporary syndrome that could be completely recovered if treated quickly. How do we read this syndrome in light of the Holy Qur'an? The recent study confirms that man's emotional situation, especially love, impacts the heart and results in the same symptoms as that of heart diseases. What does this tell us? It simply means that the heart doesn't merely pump blood, but it rather interacts and is influenced by man's emotional situations. It becomes therefore obvious why Allah the Almighty says in the Holy Qur'an, "And for such as had entertained the fear of standing before their Lord's tribunal and had restrained their soul from lower desires, their abode will be the garden." Nazi at 40-14. Allah the Almighty commands us not to drift towards illegal affairs that might end with broken hearts. And Allah also gives us glad tidings of paradise for abiding by such noble teachings. In this world, we can guarantee our heart's safety and tranquility. The Holy Qur'an also talks in more than 50 verses about the function of hearts. For hearts grieve, become happy, fear, learn wisdom, love, hate, and disgust, and have many other features that scientists are still exploring little by little. Hence, hearts are influenced by love. And we can say that the heart is a reservoir for emotional relations. So, our relations could be based on the love and satisfaction of Allah, and hence we love and hate only for the sake of Allah. This grants us absolute tranquility and peace of mind, which is exactly what Allah says in the Holy Qur'an. Those who believe and whose hearts find satisfaction in the remembrance of God, for without doubt in the remembrance of God do hearts find satisfaction. Rod or Thunder 28. Allah also says, "Do they not travel through the land so that their hearts and minds may thus learn wisdom and their ears may thus learn to hear? Truly it is not their eyes that are blind, but their hearts which are in their breasts." Hajj or the Pilgrimage 46. This great verse proves that hearts learn wisdom and get blind, but how is that? Unfortunately, scientists haven't studied the relationship between atheism and hearts yet. Science, therefore, doesn't acknowledge the significance of faith for the safety of the heart and the stability of its functions. We as Muslims, however, have the Quranic foundation that affirms that atheists' hearts are sick. Allah the Great says, "In their hearts is a disease, and God has increased their disease, and grievous is the penalty they incur, because they are false to themselves." Baqarah 10. We believe that hearts become truly and seriously sick. In other words, just like love, passion, and failure, emotional affairs all make hearts truly sick. Atheism also causes heart diseases. This point, however, requires more research, although recent scientific studies confirm that faith is vital for the heart's safety, especially after discovering that believers recover faster than atheists. Accordingly, scientists began to call on the significance of faith as a means of curing chronic diseases. We therefore call upon Muslim physicians to conduct scientific experiments. They are extremely easy experiments and don't cost much. All we really need is to fully depend on Allah, to test the heart and its relation with faith or atheism. And I think that such research will have a great impact on the call to Islam and the persuasion of non-Muslims of the great reality of Islam.